Thing. Quite a mysterious creature in the Addams Family franchise, often seen helping the family with their everyday tasks like lighting cigars, assisting in knitting, and being Gomez's personal golf tee. But he has went through a lot of changes throughout the years, sometimes being in a box, sometimes crawling around, and sometimes even being attached to a human being. Thing's backstory is rarely talked about throughout the franchise, and we kinda have to piece together his story from random lore to get the whole picture. So today, we will go through some of the adaptations of the Addams Family to find out what exactly Thing is. We first find Thing in the original Charles Addams comics from the New Yorker. It is said that Addams was inspired to create this character because of the 1950 Phil Harris song titled The Thing. The song is pretty much about this guy finding a weird box in the ocean with a very frightening creature inside of it. He shows it to a bunch of people, but everyone he shows it to tells him to leave or they run away. But this creature is never described to us. It doesn't have a name, and it just is represented by 3 boom sounds on a drum. You guys should actually give it a listen though, it's kind of good. So Thing is originally a creature so strange, so horrifying, and so unworldly that people can't stand to see it, and that's why we only see his hand. In the comics, we can also sometimes see other parts of him, but we never see the whole. Since no one knows what he is, they call him the Thing or just Thing. So we see Thing in this form in the original comics, the live action series from the 60s, the Scooby-Doo crossover, and the 70s cartoon series. It makes sense that Thing is some strange monster in the 60s series because the Addamses have a large sign in front of their house saying beware of the Thing. If he was just a severed hand, why would we need to beware of him? Also, in the Scooby-Doo crossover in the 70s cartoon, we see Thing represented as being green or having fur, which shows that he isn't just some human hand. He's something more frightening like an alien or a monster that's hidden inside of the box. I don't think they talk about Thing's backstory much in these adaptations, so all I can theorize about is the Phil Harris song. In the song, Thing's box is found washed up on the shore, so I'm guessing that it's either a sea creature or a creature that's so horrible that someone put him in a box floating down a river. The ones that know. I'm gonna go with the second option because of the fur that was on Thing's hand in the 70s cartoon. I don't think he's a sea creature because he seems more like a land mammal. In the 60s series, Gomez says that Thing has been his companion since childhood. So I'm thinking that maybe Gomez could have found Thing washed up at sea and brought him home to be his right-hand man. Like I said before, we do see some other creatures like Thing in the 60s series, since we see another hand servant named Lady Fingers and Thing's parents, who also might be other strange monsters hidden away in a box. In the 1991 film, we start to see the shift of Thing being a mysterious monster that's too horrible to be seen to a severed hand crawling around the Addams Family household. And I have a theory as to why this happened. In the 60s series, they don't tell us much lore about what Thing is. They just say that he's the right hand to the Addams Family. So many fans probably didn't know that Thing was supposed to be a monster hidden inside of a box. In the 60s series didn't really help to make it seem like he's not just a hand, because they show other hands like him, and also calling him a hand servant plays into him just being a hand. But since this wasn't explained in the older adaptations, fans and writers of the 90s Addams Family didn't understand Thing's origins, making them assume that he was just a hand. So they thought that they could use modern CGI and green screen capabilities to make Thing walk around and interact more with the world, which I think was good for all of the gags and for his personality as a character. But I would say it ruined his original lore about what mysterious creature he is, because what type of creature is so horrifying that we're not allowed to see it? Ever since the 1991 film, Thing has been a severed hand in every adaptation, except for one episode of the 90s remake of the 60s series, but the box is just used for a joke between he and Lady Fingers. In most adaptations, we don't know whose hand he is or why he's disembodied. We just know that he's a hand and that he's been Gomez's companion for a very long time. Well, that was until the Wednesday series, because in season 2, they give us Thing's full backstory about how he was created and about how he was adopted by the Addams family. In this segment, there will be some spoilers about Wednesday season 2, so you can skip this if you don't want to hear it. In Wednesday Season 2, we learn about Thing's lore in a flashback scene about Gomez and Morticia's time at Nevermore. Thing is the severed hand of a past Nevermore student named Isaac Knight, who was Gomez's roommate and who is Tyler's uncle. Yes, you heard that right. Isaac was a great scientist and he was using Gomez for an experiment where he was trying to extract his electricity powers. Yes, Gomez had powers before in this series. Gomez was about to die and Isaac wasn't stopping the machine, so in self-defense, Morticia chopped off his hand and Isaac died, but his hand still remained, now sentient because of Gomez's electricity powers. Thing didn't remember anything about being attached to Isaac. The Addamses never told him, and they adopted him into the family. This is the only adaptation where we see Thing's backstory. It's a fine story, but I do like him being more mysterious, with the audience not knowing what he is or who he belonged to. But what do you guys think? What mysterious creature do you think Thing was before? Do you like his backstory, or would you rather his story be more vague? Also, let me know what you guys thought about Wednesday Season 2. I think it was okay, pretty similar to how much I liked the first season, but I did kind of like some more references to the older adaptations, especially with seeing Ophelia for like 2 seconds. I also wanted to say thank you guys so much for all of the love on the Addams Family Power video. It got over 40,000 views, so welcome to all of the new viewers of the channel. I hope you guys are enjoying so far. Because of the video's popularity, we now have super thanks on the channel, so if you guys want to, you can donate with this little button right here. It would be a big help to the channel and to this broke little college student. We're also on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so if you're enjoying the content, make sure to subscribe, and I hope to see all of you in the next video.